Hey guys, better late than never. This is your June video newsletter. All right guys, we want to talk about our great events that we have coming up in June. As always, we've got an awesome lineup for you in June, and this is going to be one of the most interesting topics that we've covered so far. It's going to start with the Max Life Calling. You've seen these before. This is one of our top doctors in Maximize Living actually gets on a free conference call that anybody is able to log into for free. This month, we're going to have Dr. Eric Shoemake, who's one of my great mentors, and he's one of the most awesome doctors in our profession. He's going to talk about the subject of hormones this month. Now, our advanced workshop, as you can see here, is called Holy Hormones, where we're going to talk about hormones, but it's going to start with Dr. Shoemake addressing this subject for you. He's going to get in depth on several subjects concerning hormones, like we're going to do at our seminar, but possibly in a different way and from a different perspective, since it's not going to be me talking to you, it'll be Dr. Shoemake. So I want to make sure that you guys take advantage of these Max Life calls, because it's a really great opportunity to hear from somebody besides me and hear from somebody that has a wealth of knowledge and even more years of experience than I have. So I hope that you will log into that. If you need information about how to log into that Max Life call, just contact our office or get on our website at victorychiropracticsa.com, or look us up on Facebook at Victory Chiropractic SA, facebook.com/Victory Chiropractic SA, and you can get that information from us. You should be logging into those websites regularly also, by the way, because that's where we share a lot of information for you about upcoming events and about things that we're doing here at the office and closures and those things. So just a reminder on that. But June 13th at 12 p.m., that is a Saturday, and you've got a couple weeks to prepare for that, so no excuses. Set it aside at the time in your calendar and make sure that you are signed up on the list, which is right over there across from the adjusting tables. You know what to do. You can sign up on our website or you can sign up here in the office. Make sure you're here and you don't miss us talking about this subject. So the hormones is a subject that we really need to address because there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of information floating around there on television, on the radio, and quite frankly, there's a lot of misinformation. And you need to be able to sift through that and understand exactly what's happening inside you when it comes to your hormones. So we're going to talk about that. The hormones that affect men, the hormones that affect women, how to regulate them, how to understand them, and know exactly what this means for your life. So we're going to talk about that at Holy Hormones on June 13th, Saturday. Last thing, this is the thing that we always look forward to. This is our next recipe night. That's going to be on June 22nd at 6:30 p.m. This, of course, is a time when you get to take a recipe. All of our patients take recipes and they go home and prepare something that's healthy, something that fits with the type of nutrition that we teach you. And everybody brings a contribution to that, almost like potluck. And we show you how you can prepare healthy meals, how delicious they are, how easy it is, and how much fun it is to feed good, healthy food to your family. Now this one has a little bit of a focus on the hormone subject that we're talking about this month, but this is always a great opportunity for you to bring your family and your friends to learn who we are, to see who we are, to have a great time of fellowship, and just get to know each other a little better. So we hope that you will be here for our recipe night on June 22nd. All right, so I know it's summer, and I know what's going to happen because it happens every summer. You guys are going to take vacations. You're going to go do that thing that you have earned with lots and lots of hard work, and that is to take a vacation with your family. So I wanted to talk about this with you because some of the things that we have given you are extremely important in terms of what you do at home on a daily basis. Now, in order for you to get the best results from your care, in order for you to really affect a great change in your spine, you have to do your home care every single day. That's why I'm talking about this right now, because what I see very often is that people decide they're not going to do their home care while they're on vacation. They go out of town and they don't take their things with them, or they just completely forget. So that's why I'm holding my cell phone right now. The first thing you need to do is take whatever reminder system that you have and make yourself reminders to do your home care every single day. I like to set it on my phone so that it alerts me when it's time to do my traction, which you all should have, and all the other parts of my home care, my isometric exercises, the stretches that I've given all of you to do for your corrective care process. Make sure that you're doing those every single day. Just because you're on vacation doesn't mean you can't do something really great for your health. And those home care exercises will make sure that even though you're not here getting your adjustments, you're still going to be doing something great for your spine and you're not going to slide back in a negative direction because you're not getting adjusted. So that's why we gave you this fancy red bag right here. Every one of your home care kits has a red bag like this that comes along with it, and that is so that you no longer have any excuse to not do your exercises when you're out of town. This can go with you anywhere. You can take it on the airplane, you can take it in the car. Every single thing in your home care kit, except maybe for your wobble cushion, fits inside this bag. So make sure that you take it with you wherever you go. Your traction unit will hang over any door, in any hotel room, in anybody's house that you're staying with. It won't damage anybody's home. It won't damage anybody's door. So no excuses. Take your home care kit with you. Do your exercises every single day. Take a few minutes every day of your vacation and make sure that you're still getting those great results that you need. Okay guys, I'll see you next month. So guys, I love for you to hear from some of our awesome patients and the great things that have happened in their life. As always, I like to point your attention back to the stars on the wall. These are some things that have been awesome, that have changed in our patients' lives, and I want you to hear from one of our most special patients this month.
Hey guys, I'm Emily Kramer. You may know me from the front desk, and because I'm Dr. Jason's CA assistant. So I am here to talk about my personal testimony. Some of you may already know it, but for those of you who don't, I just want to share you my own personal story with you guys. I met Dr. Jason February of last year. When I met with him, I was just meeting him to fill a position here in the office, and what I ended up getting was my life completely turned around for the better, which is amazing for me. So I came in with a slew of problems. I was 25 years old, almost 26, and I had already had 4 major back surgeries. I was on 13 different medications, was sleeping every 3 to 4 nights, and in a recliner no less. I wasn't allowed to lift more than 5 pounds, if I could even lift that without pain. And at the age of 22, I was the proud owner of my own cane and not 1 but 2 walkers. So what led me to all of that was an injury that had happened 12 years prior to me finding out that my back was broken. If you guys know anything about Dr. Jason and chiropractic care, you know that one of the first things that we always do is an examination, which usually includes x-rays. This is so that Dr. Jason can make sure, without a doubt, what is going on with your spine. I had complained of pain from the time that they said roughly the initial injury had happened up until the time that I finally got x-rays 12 years later. If someone had taken x-rays a long time ago, I may not have had a single surgery. I had doctors just tell me, oh, I pinched a nerve or I pulled a muscle, and just send me to physical therapy and hope that it got better. And all it did was get worse. So when Dr. Jason finally decided that he knew that he could help me after everything that I'd been through, he definitely did. He definitely came through on his promise, and I'm so grateful for that. So about 1.5 years later, I no longer need a walker or a cane. I can lift more than 5 pounds. At the gym, I'm actually able to lift almost 100 pounds in bench press, which is amazing for me because I used to be extremely fit and lift about that much before I had any issues that I knew about. I also have been off of all of my medication for 1 year now, which is amazing because it was pretty much killing me, and that was the only solution that any doctor could give me at this point. So I'm so grateful that I had Dr. Jason to come in and help me. It's been a long journey, and I still have some ways to go, but with me being able to sleep every night, do normal activities with my husband and my family, I know that my time here on earth is going to be better spent helping other people learn my story and hopefully getting them to the point where they will never have to have a surgery or 4 like I did. So if you have any questions, you can come and ask me at any time. Thanks so much, guys, and chiropractic rocks. Bye.
Okay, guys, I get questions a lot about exercise. As you know, that's something that I'm very passionate about, and I love teaching you guys how to exercise and do things at home. But One of the things that comes up pretty often is the soreness that happens after a workout. Now, the kind of workouts that we do tend to be a little more intense occasionally, not always, but occasionally they can be a little more intense and cause some extra soreness. So I get the question a lot about how to prevent that soreness from happening. So the first answer to that question is you cannot prevent all the soreness that can happen to you. It's just going to happen sometimes, and you need to be okay with that. That is your muscles letting you know that you've done a good job and you're growing and you're getting stronger, you're getting faster, and you're getting healthier. But sometimes it makes you sore, and your body will heal that on its own. But some things that you can do to help through that process are these. First of all, you need to drink enough water. You're probably not drinking enough water, and I know this because I talk to all of you on a daily basis, and I have seen that there's a deficiency in how much water people are drinking most of the time. So the average person should be drinking at least 2 to 3 quarts of water a day, and if you're not, then you need to start right now. Get yourself a quart bottle, fill it up as many times as you need to on a daily basis, and get your water intake, because your muscles need to be lubricated. They need to be hydrated, and if they're not, you're going to be extra sore, okay? There's a good portion of you that actually need to be drinking a gallon of water a day, especially if you're being active and you're trying to do more exercise. You probably need to be drinking a gallon of water a day. If you're uncertain about that, then please ask me and I will help you through that process. That's the first answer to the question. Now, muscle soreness can also be increased if you're deficient in vitamin D3 and calcium. So the food you're eating probably has enough calcium in it, but if you don't have enough vitamin D, then you're not using that calcium, and that can lead to a lot of muscle aches and soreness and Charlie horses and things like that. So make sure that you are taking your vitamin D3. You know that we have it here. It's the best one that I know of. Make sure you pick that up when you're here. If you're going to be doing these exercises, you need to make sure that your body is getting that vitamin D3 and calcium and to prevent the soreness from happening, okay? So the other thing is that once the workout is over, we have done a lot of stuff to these muscles. You've caused a lot of turmoil in there, a lot of contracting and relaxing, and that can cause the muscles to bunch up. And in order to prevent it from being as sore as it might be, then you've got to get all those muscle fibers that are like this to be back like this, like they belong. So that's why I'm sitting on this foam roller right here. I want to explain this to you. The foam roller is just a really hard foam roller like this. Now this one is pretty large, as you can see. There's a lot smaller versions of this. None of them are very expensive. Some of them are a little more expensive than others, but this is a great tool to smash out those muscles, and it helps to spread out the fibers and allow them to realign with themselves. And that will help tremendously in keeping you from being as sore as you might have been after a workout. This is something we utilize really heavily here, and I just want to explain that to you. After you're done working out, as soon as you possibly can, I want you to get on a foam roller. But before you do that, you need to do some light physical activity for a cool down. And we do cool downs here at the office to move some fluid through the muscles and flush out the lactic acid, which does cause that soreness. But just moving a little bit and flushing it out that way, a lot of times it's not enough. So the major muscle groups that you happen to use during that workout are the ones that you want to pay attention to. For instance, if we did a lot of squats, we did a lot of lunges or lower body work, we're going to need to roll out our glute muscles. It might be your hamstrings or your quad muscles here. This is the perfect thing to do that with. So I happen to be sitting on it so we can work this glute muscle right here. When you work the muscle, you want to roll all the way up and down across that muscle, and in the case of your glutes, it's all the way up to the top of your pelvis, and then all the way down to that bony prominence down here that you sit on. So I want to orient myself in different directions. You hear me grunting a little bit because that is a little sore because of the workouts that I've been doing. But roll out every aspect of that muscle, and when you find a spot in there that is tender, then you want to stop. And you want to roll back and forth across that one spot until you get it to relax. It's going to be tender. It's not going to be super pleasant. But if you will do this, then you'll prevent yourself from having days and days of soreness and stiffness. And that soreness can keep you from doing stuff in your life. So you really want to do this. that goes for any muscle grouping. Your triceps, your biceps, your shoulders. I highly suggest that you roll those shoulders out when you do upper body workouts. Your lower back muscles, the front of your legs like I explained to you, even your pec muscles. It can be a little bit more difficult with ladies, and I'll show you another option here in just a moment, but rolling out those pec muscles is something that gets neglected pretty often. So think about the muscle groups that you used. Even if they don't feel sore right after you work out, they're probably not going to right when you're done. But how you feel has nothing to do with how healthy you are. You know that by now. And the same goes for your exercising and maintaining your muscles. How it feels right after you work out can deceive you very easily. So get on that foam roller, no matter what you worked on, and roll out those muscles so that you don't have so much soreness. Okay? Now, foam roller is great, but it can't get into all the little nooks and crannies. So that's why I have this lacrosse ball here with me as well. The lacrosse ball is obviously quite a bit smaller than the foam roller is, so you can pinpoint smaller places, knots in the muscles, and things that you wouldn't be able to get with that larger foam roller. So I can just sit on this with my glutes, just as I demonstrated with the foam roller. We can put that on the floor and sit right on that, and putting pressure on that. Yeah, and see, I found a really good spot right there. Putting pressure on that lacrosse ball will get into a much smaller space and allow you to work out knots that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So this is a really great tool. It's also exceptionally good for shoulders. Now, you can put this against the wall to roll out the shoulders and the back of the shoulders, the lat muscles. This works really, really well for the lats, but this is another thing that you can get, and this only costs you about $2. And you can get that at your local sporting goods store. So I wanted to show you that because I get a lot of questions about soreness after workouts, and these are the tools that you can use. Make sure that you stay moving, make sure that you stay hydrated, use your tools to roll out those muscles and stay active, and we'll see you really soon. So that wraps up our newsletter for this month. Last thing I wanted to let you know that we are going to have a few dates where we're closed at the end of this month. As you know, the 4th of July holiday is the first weekend in July. So right on the tail end of June, we're going to be closed on some of those dates. We don't have some of the details worked out just yet, but rest assured, as we always do, we'll let you know ahead of time so that you can get your visits rescheduled during that time. So remember that your visits are critically important. Even though vacations happen, even though we all have to take breaks, we all have to go out of town, we all have things that come up, you got to get those visits rescheduled. That we've programmed those for you for a reason, because it's absolutely critical for you to get the best results from our care here. So if you're going to take 3 days off, if you're going to take a week off, then talk to Emily at the front desk. The visits before and after maybe need to be a little bit more frequent to make up for the time that you're gone. If you're still coming in 3 times a week, if you're in an intense part of your care, maybe you need to do 4 the week before you leave, and maybe 4 the week when you come back to make up those visits. It's critically important that we don't have giant gaps, and we don't want to stretch out those care plans. It's designed to fit in a certain time frame for a reason. So make sure you make that happen. I will see you on your next visit. We're excited about the summer. We're excited about great things happening in your health. God bless you.